Hey everyone, welcome back to Stony Brook Acres. Today I'd like to talk about a Pebble app called Bobby, the Rebel AI assistant, aka the tiny horse that knows it all. What can Bobby do? He can answer questions about general knowledge, do calculations for you, tell you the weather, set timers and alarms, set timeline-based reminders for the future, convert between currencies, tell you about nearby places, and more. Now, if you don't know who Rebel is, I'll put a link in the description to their website. But if you have a Pebble smartwatch, like the Pebble Time 2 that I have right here, or any Pebble smartwatch that's currently running, we all owe them a debt of gratitude. When Fitbit, who had bought Pebble out, shut down the Pebble servers, Rebel stepped in and kept the servers going. They've been working on software, trying to make Pebble better, and even this app called Bobby. So, what can Bobby do? Let's start with alarms. Set an alarm for 8 o'clock. Now, since I'm recording this, it's after 8 o'clock, as you can see. Bobby recognizes, okay, he means 8 tomorrow. He set an alarm for 8 o'clock tomorrow. That's pretty nice. You can actually even name the alarms. So, set an alarm called Walk the Dog for 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. Sorry about that. Now, one of the neat things is I can actually see what alarms have been set. So, tomorrow's 8 a.m. alarm, and there's one called Walk the Dog at 8:30 a.m. If I wanted to go, click on it. I can delete it if I want. Maybe I actually didn't need the 8 o'clock alarm. That's just something fast and quick. You can name them, which is nice. If you have a particular time of day, you can also set reminders to remind you of things. And I'll show you that a little bit later. One of the other neat things you can do with Bobby is timers, and you can actually set multiple timers, even at the same time. Set a 25-minute timer called cookies and a 35-minute timer called cake. And if I want to check, I can actually go into the app and go and check, okay, what timers do I have? And it'll actually show me the timers. I can also ask Bobby, how much time do I have left on my timer for cookies? And it'll bring up the cookie timer. If you set one by accident, you can go in and delete it. But yeah, really handy feature. Nice too about being able to do different timers, separate timers. One of my most used features with Bobby is just reminders that show up on my timeline and alert me. Remind me to take the trash out in 25 minutes. Now, you can actually check your reminders here. And And it'll tell you what reminders you have coming up. I actually set one for tomorrow for work. Also, reminders actually show up on your Pebble timeline. Oops, sorry. All the way out here. There we go. On your Pebble timeline. There you go. Take trash out. Just tomorrow morning. Oh, there's my. And if I click on it, it'll actually show me the entire one. Or the entire reminder. One of the things I found with Bobby that you can't necessarily make lists, but you could do something, say tomorrow, you know, okay, I'll be leaving work 3:30 in the afternoon, and maybe I get to the grocery store by 3:45. So help me remember what I need to get. Oops. Remind me to pick up eggs, milk, and ice cream tomorrow at 4 p.m. Now the cool thing is, if I go out here, not only will it be on my timeline for tomorrow. Oh, there you go. And I can click on it. So you pick up eggs, milk, and ice cream. But it will also be in the Bobby app. If I go to reminders, I can see it there as well. So yes, you can't necessarily do lists, but you can do reminders that are composed of lists. That's actually a fairly handy feature. One of the other handy features of Bobby is being able to look up like location-based details. So if you say you're on your lunch break or getting ready to go on your lunch break and you're not really familiar with the area you're in, maybe you're working at a different building that day, and you say something like, how long will it take me to get to the nearest McDonald's from here? So it'll find closest McDonald's, tell you where it's at. Tells me it takes about 6 minutes to reach it by car. And that's pretty cool. It's just fast. It's fast and convenient. You can also ask it something like, maybe you need to go to an ATM to grab some cash out because you're going someplace that only takes cash. Where's the nearest ATM? Oh. It tells me the nearest ATM, gives me the address of it. Really handy. You can ask it all kinds of things as far as location, where's your nearest pharmacy, where's your nearest grocery store, where's whatever you need. Just handy and quick. You can ask it, what's the weather going to be like tomorrow? What's the weather going to be like tomorrow? So it tells me tomorrow looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day. What's the weather going to be like on Saturday? I'm going to pull your local weather, so wherever you're at. It's pretty nice day. You can also ask it questions like, when will the rain stop? When's the rain going to stop? You can use it to do conversions for currencies. Maybe you're trying to buy something overseas and it's not listed in US dollars. How much is 200 euros in US dollars? And then you know, okay, $232.86. Not bad. You can ask it just about any question you can think of. What actor plays Captain Mao in Firefly? Maybe you heard a rumor there's going to be another Firefly series coming out. Is there going to be a Firefly season 2? Animated series in development. Cool. Maybe you are not in your hometown and maybe you're visiting a different country and you want to ask it. How do you say thank you in Italian? Grazie. Maybe you're cooking and you need to convert something from, convert 1 cup to tablespoons. Oh, there you go, 16 tablespoons. There's so many things you can do. So any quick question you have, which it just makes it very quick, very convenient for you. Dirty hands, you're not trying to smear your phone screen and open it up and go to your, Google and search for it. You're just hitting the app, asking the question, and boom, you have the answer. It's really quick. Can do calculations for you. What's 25% of 116? There you go. If you just need a laugh, you can say, tell me a joke. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. It's terrible. There's 2 things you need to be aware of about the Bobby app. One, there is a quota that you're allowed of questions, basically, I guess you're allowed to ask. You can see here I've used 27% of my quota for this month. It resets every month. On the first day, as you see right there, of each month. And you ask, or you might be asking, why? Oh, there you go. Why is there a quota? Well, the services that Bobby uses for all its knowledge actually cost Rebel money. They have to pay for being able to access that. And so the second thing you need to know, going along with the quota, cookies are done. It's kind of, you can snooze it. It'll snooze for a minute by default. There you go. So going along with, sorry about that. Going along with the quota is there, and the cost is there's actually, you have to have a Rebel subscription. And Rebel subscription costs a whopping $3 a month, so less than your, one of your morning Starbucks coffee. Or you can get the whole year for $33 if you want to buy the whole year. And do I get $3 worth of value out of Bobby every month? Well, let's see here. What is $36 divided by 365? So $36 for the whole year. If you pay monthly, divided by 365, there you go. Just a little under 10 cents a day. And yes, I get a lot more than 10 cents worth of value out of Bobby. Oh, quick shutdown. There you go. We can turn that off. And not only if you do subscribe to Rebel, and one of the reasons I like supporting Rebel, and I have supported Rebel, is that they are the ones that they kept Pebble going for a long time when no one else would. A lot of volunteers. There might be a few people now that get paid for doing certain things. I know they've hired companies to help them with software development and things like that, I believe. But yeah, a lot of people, I think they're just people that are passionate about the Pebble and want to keep it going, and you know, it's been chances are we wouldn't have the Pebble time too if it wasn't for them, because the community itself would have kind of fallen apart. But so yes, I would highly suggest it. I will post a link to Rebel's website where you can subscribe for $3 a month. If you want to try it, and if you don't like it after a month, you're like, it's just not worth it, you can always cancel. But it's definitely worth giving, for $3, giving it a shot. One of the questions some people will ask is, well, why not just use your phone? Can't you do all that with your phone? And well, yes, I can do a lot of this same things. Or actually, I can do all the same things with my phone. Have you ever had that experience where you pick up your phone to look up something, or use your calculator or something real quick, and you get like 16 different notifications pop up, and next thing you know, you're responding to this and looking at that, and it ends up being 20 minutes later, and like, what was I doing again? Yeah, I hate that. It's faster. Using Bobby is just fast, and it's not distracting. It's very focused, and for me, that's just really, really valuable. And there's times when sometimes I don't want to close the app that's on my phone. I actually had the other day, I was actually going to buy some oil. The auto store I was going to ended up being closed. I actually looked it up on Bobby to see, because I realized as I was driving there, I think it's going to be closed. And then looked up another auto location on Bobby, and then used my AI. I used Samsung's Bixby to actually navigate to the auto. So I mean, it actually worked out really well. So yeah, there's definitely a lot to be said about something that's fast, simple, and distraction free, and that is Bobby. So that's my review of Bobby. Like I said, I will put links in the description of Rebel's website, where you can get a subscription if you want to use the app. I hope this was helpful. Take care.